Against Arsenal would be Avram Grant's last in charge of the Hammers. How would it go? Simon Brotherton was there to find out.
West Ham may be 90 minutes from Wembley, but they're rock bottom of the Premier League, and the ominous silence from the board today means speculation surrounding the manager Avram Grant is now deafening. When and not if is the question on people's lips in the East End. West Ham are without both their captain and top scorer today. Scott Parker has an ankle injury and Frederick Piquion is having dental surgery. There's a debut for loan signing Wayne Bridge and a first league start of the season for Zavon Hines. Arsenal make 4 changes to the side beaten at Ipswich on Wednesday. Samir Nasri, Robin van Persie, Gael Clichy and Alex Song return, with Andre Arshavin, Nicholas Bentner, Danielson and Kieran Gibbs drop to the bench. Wilshere, now it's with Nasri. Van Persie and Walcott both inside the penalty area. Fabregas is going for that return ball into Nasri, who is making tracks for the penalty area. Wilshere. Now Walcott. The little dummy and a superb goal! Nasri with the dummy, Van Persie with the finish, 13 minutes played, Arsenal lead at West Ham. Well, it hadn't been a great day for Avram Grant before the match had even started, and it's just got a little bit worse. A grimace from David Gold in the director's box, but that was a finish of the highest quality. Walcott's ball, Nasri's dummy, bang, 1-0 Van Persie. Robin van Persie with only his second Premier League goal of the season. Bridge for West Ham. Sears has made the forward run, but Koscielny and Song should clear. The ball stuck to Song's foot like glue there, and Walcott could be away. He's in behind Tompkins. It's Walcott for Arsenal, and it could so easily have been 2-0. Ball's played forward here. Theo Walcott's definitely onside. Look at him go. Tompkins had to make up some ground, get the tackle in, which he did, but Walcott still had the chance to score. It's certainly not going to be a letter of resignation, is it? Just one win in the last 5 matches before this one for Arsenal in all competitions. A victory at St Andrews on New Year's Day. Good value for their lead so far in the match, midway through the first half. Giroud allowing it to run, oh, and it was so nearly a gift for Carlton Cole. Now it's Morte, West Ham still pushing, Zavon Hines! Oh, it stays at 1-0, but it perhaps should have been 1-1. And when your luck's not going for you, it's really not going for you. Giroud with a terrible mistake. Cole couldn't finish, it was saved by Szczesny's face, and here, Hines taking over and then blasting high. Carlton Cole has got support, Morte wants the ball, oh, the pass is short. And West Ham are going to have to backtrack rapidly here against Fabregas. Nasri's up in support, Van Persie too, it's Van Persie, Song! Plucked from the air by Green. Rapid counter-attacking play here from Arsenal. Arsenal's quick passing has really opened things up now. Samir Nasri, beautiful ball, great chance for 2-0! Oh, and it's hit the post! Van Persie so unlucky. That was lovely play from Arsenal. Well, Robin van Persie so close to a second goal. Will bring nowhere near it. But the ball ricocheting to safety off the frame of the goal. Sir Trevor Brooking. 635 appearances for West Ham United. Carlton Cole. The bounce beats Sears. And this is Nasri, Fabregas, Nasri again for Arsenal! And it's a goal kick. Arsenal are so close to scoring a second goal in this first half. Nasri now looking for Fabregas. That's Faubert trying to get goal side. Tompkins gets his foot in there, and still they can't hold Fabregas. Flat stays down. It's Van Persie. Could be a chance. Walcott 2-0. And it's a 2-goal lead that Arsenal absolutely deserve. Oh, it's a long way back now for West Ham and for Avram Grant. 4 minutes before half-time, Arsenal's lead is finally doubled, but it had been coming. And Theo Walcott here celebrates his 100th Premier League appearance for Arsenal with this goal. Van Persie, scorer of the first, creates the second. It's a role reversal. West Ham starting the match, rock bottom of the table, briefly having climbed out of the bottom three, but they return there after their 5-0 thumping at Newcastle in their last league match. This is Freddie Sears trying to help to reduce the arrears, and it's Carlton Cole, and it was a great chance. A rueful look there from his manager. Sears with the ball in, Cole there ahead of the Arsenal defence, but the header always going wide. Nasri away from Faubert, Kovac. This is Song. Spector winning the ball for West Ham. Jonathan Spector now. Cole in the centre. Hines there too, and Chesney with a little tip over the top. Fired in by Freddie Sears. West Ham suddenly springing into life. I paid a lot of money to have a snooze there in that chair. Who says the Premier League's not entertaining? Will it be the final quarter of an hour of Avram Grant's reign on the field, or will it all prove just to be media speculation as Fabregas looks for Walcott? Down he goes, tackled by Bridge. That's a penalty, I think it is. And on his debut on loan from Manchester City, Wayne Bridge, who at times has found it hard to keep tabs on Theo Walcott, ended up bringing him down here. That's a penalty. Robin Van Persie then for Arsenal against Robert Green. And the Dutchman scores his second of the evening. It's Arsenal's third. 3 goals, 3 points. And West Ham United are staying bottom of the Premier League tonight. And if Avram Grant's reign is to come to an end, it is not coming to an end on a high. Calmly put away. And on cue, a good many of the locals decide they've seen enough. There goes the final whistle, and when Avram Grant needed a result the most, he wasn't able to get one from his players. Well beaten on the day. Arsenal 3-0 winners, thoroughly deserved, and West Ham's board disappear into the stand to consider their verdict on another home defeat.
Of course, rumours in the day of the game, doesn't matter where it's come from, or it's matter where it's come from. It's not help, but I want still focus on the thing that I can control, and this is the team.
Seems extraordinary, the level of focus on him in recent weeks.
Yes, it's unfair because it's very difficult. For you, it's not difficult, but how much credit you have with your environment when they know that you're not in a stable position. It's at the moment in the Premier League the dictatorship of the moment, of the instant, and that's very dangerous for our game. And that's why I believe it's important that success is linked with technical stability, and without that it's not possible.
At the end, before you went down the steps, you waved to the crowd and you threw your West Ham scarf to the crowd. That's not something you do every week. Is that significant?
No, I think when I see how the crowd was support and how they behave after the game, I felt that I need to to give it back, because I always think that the supporters are great. You know, they are behind us, and I know that it's not easy for them. They know that it's not easy for me also and for us, but they was behind us, and I really respect it.
It did appear to be a bit of a goodbye, but we'll come to that in a moment. But overall, it was a bit of a stroll for Arsenal.
Yeah, they wanted a canter, Gary. They didn't have to get out of second gear. Fabregas, Wilshere and Song dominated the midfield and played well. West Ham, pretty poor. Carlton Cole had 2 very good chances. Don't think it would have been any different, but it was all too easy for Arsenal in the end. West Ham have got 2 or 3 young kids in that team, in Hines, Tompkins and Sears. They need resting, but such are the injury situation and form, you can't afford to.
Yeah, there's a tendency on Match of the Day to pick on the odd left back or two. You've found another.
Well, I'm going to pick on one, Wayne Bridge. In his defence, he's had 1 league start this season, but that showed today because just a total lack of match practice. You can train all you like, but and just as you're making your debut, the one player you don't want to play against is probably Theo Walcott. Theo Walcott's there. He's actually in behind Upson, so he's covering far too much. He gives him too much room. Doesn't make enough effort to try and close Walcott down. But that, I have to tell you, is a great finish from Van Persie. That is Bridge there. What he's doing that far back from his other 2, I don't know what he's doing. He tries to play offside there. He's not offside. He thinks he's got his eye on Walcott. He gets the wrong side of him. He hasn't got a clue where he is. So there's 2 goals. Walcott tries to get inside him again, and he does him for pace, as he did all afternoon. It's a mistimed tackle, and it was certainly an afternoon to forget for Wayne Bridge. And to make matters worse for him, with 2 or 3 minutes to go, he goes off injured as well. So he had a poor afternoon. I'm sure he'll get better with the more games he has.
Yeah, the Arsenal fans were singing you're getting sacked in an hour. Now, there's no confirmation yet from West Ham, but it is expecting it. It did look like a bit of a finale, didn't it?
It did look like a finale, to be honest, but if what we read and what we hear and how it's come about and how it's about to come about, then I don't think that's right. I don't.
You think it's been handled badly, the whole thing?
If that's going to be the way it is, then absolutely, yeah. Because whether you love him or hate him, Avram, he's held his head high, he's kept his dignity, and I'm sure he could tell 1 or 2 stories of what's gone on. But as we all know in that business, it's results, and West Ham have looked pretty poor all season. You have to say that.
It is basically a results-based industry, and if you're in the bottom 3 all season, then you're in big trouble. I would agree with Al. I don't think West Ham have covered themselves in glory. Avram Grant has been dignified all the way through it, but it looks like O'Neill will come in.
What do you think of that? A good appointment? I mean, Martin's tried
fantastic
and
manager, great manager.
Whoever goes in...
they've got a hard job, regardless of who goes in there, but Martin O'Neill...
They're going to need funds, whoever goes in, because that squad is thin and the squad's not good enough. And you have to say, you can sit here and criticise Avram Grant all you want. The players have got to take responsibility as well. The big players in Green and Upson and Carlton Cole, the only big player that's performed for them week in, week out is Scott Parker, and he was missing today, and they missed him badly.
Back to the title, Man City and Arsenal, the only way that you're going to keep putting pressure on United is by winning, and they both have done that.
And they have done.